Hi guys, I'm GarritosDorritos. We are back, and today I'm going to be showing you guys what I truly think are the best custom tactics in FC24. Let's get into it. As you can see by the title, today we are going to be checking out the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. I've gone through pretty much every formation in this game. I've tried the combination of all the build-up plays and chance creations, and the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow with this set of custom tactics was just hands down the most flawless, the most consistent for getting wins and just flooding the attack as well. So we'll kick things off with the defensive style. Balanced is still really strong this year, so that is what we're going to be running with. The defensive width, again like last year, is much more suited to just being a little bit tighter at the back. On this game, it's quite difficult to defend and does take a bit of getting used to. So just bringing that width down a little bit just kind of helps cover those little pockets of space that people can thread those through balls through. For the depth, this year, I've seen a lot of people going like 70 plus depth, but it's quite detrimental, I feel, for how this game defends. You don't want to be too high up, but you still want to be able to press. So for the depth, we're going to be running with 60, which I feel for how this game plays is actually still very aggressive. So I wouldn't go too much higher than 60 unless you're just uber confident in your ability to track runs. Build-up play, I did mess with fast build-up, and in some of these clips that I'll show you in this video, I was actually using fast build-up. But once I got into the more competitive games, like at Max Elo and Champs, I did find that balanced was better. But I feel like if you're playing someone that you know you're much better than and you just can't get through, I recommend throwing on fast build-up. Fast build-up for the easier games, balanced for the harder games. As far as chance creation goes, a lot of people have followed suit this year and they've just ran with direct passing. No one's really tried anything else. I've tried every combination possible. And forward runs this year, I think, is fantastic. The way forward runs works has such a more... I just feel like with direct passing, it gets a bit stale. Like there's not a lot of movement going on. But with forward runs this year, it just feels like everything flows. People are running when you want them to run. They're getting into good positions. So honestly, I know a lot of you won't have tried this yet, but I really urge you to give forward runs a go. I truly think it is the best chance creation option in FC24. For our width, once again, a bit like our defensive width, because we're playing a narrow formation anyway, we kind of just want to lean into that and just tighten it up a little bit and go with the 40 width just to help with that ping pong passing. For players in the box, we're going to leave this exactly where it is at 5. Once we get into the instructions, you'll see there are a lot of players on balance, so we don't need to go too crazy with this number to actually get a lot of people up. As far as corners and free kicks go, it's truly personal preference, but personally, I just run with one on both, because as you can see, like with this clip here, with free kicks and stuff, you still got plenty of people up to like score goals from free kicks and corners. You really don't need it any higher to take advantage of those opportunities. Getting into the player instructions, I'll just sort of fly through these because I know you probably just want to try the tactics and not hear me waffle on. So both strikers are on stay central, nothing else. The cam is just on comeback on defence. Your left centre mid is just going to be on cover centre. The right centre mid is completely default, do not touch them. The centre defensive midfielder is going to be on, it's not that one, stay back while attacking and cover centre. Basically, those instructions in the midfield, basically to make it defend in a 4-4-2 when we are off the ball. Your cam will drift out to a left mid position, your right centre mid will tuck out a bit wider as a right mid, and then your left centre mid and your CDM will sit as a pairing in the middle. A lot of you probably already know that, but if you don't, that's why those specific instructions are as they are. For your left back and right back, they are both going to be on balanced overlap, and then your centre-backs and goalkeeper are all just on the default. If you like the whole comes for crosses, sweeper, keeper thing, go for it, but I personally just leave these unbalanced. Now, before you run away and just try the tactics and leave the rest of the video, I'm going to talk you through some of the things you need to sort of apply to get the most out of this formation. If you just sort of plug it in and play, it might not necessarily lend to the way you play, so you need to sort of bear a few things in mind. So first thing I would say is you've got your strikers, who I use Neymar and Cavani. You don't necessarily need to use these kinds of players. I think for your strikers, it really is personal preference. For your cam, once again, as long as they've got some agility and balance, it's not too much of a big deal. However, for your left centre mid and right centre mid, I'm personally using Odegaard and Talisca. Some shooting play styles are quite useful in these positions. So Odegaard has the Trivela and he's on the left. Talisca has the finesse shot and is left-footed and is on the right. So I've got two different options to shoot from range there if I'm playing against somebody that is very defensive. So that's something that is great about this formation, is you can have someone that can shoot from range on the right, someone that can shoot from range on the left in those games where it is stale and you can't get in. For your central defensive midfielder, you just want a good ball-playing, fast DM. Tonali is honestly perfect for this formation. So if you can get Tonali, perfect. But if you can't, just the next best thing. Someone similar to Tonali as possible is exactly what you want for the CDM position in this formation. Centre backs, to be honest, it's like last year. You want them to be fast. You want them to have good AI. But realistically, I normally aim for like minimum 80 pace, but people like Van Dijk are exceptions to that. Just go with your common sense with your centre-backs. You don't want them to be slow, you don't want them to suck, so just get good centre-backs. But the next thing to really bear in mind with this formation, a real key point there, is your left-back and right-back, they need to have pace. Di Lorenzo is like the lowest I would go on pace. He's 85 base pace, and you can boost it to 93 with the shadow, which is what I have done. Whereas Theo, he's got like the rapid play style, I believe. Yeah, that rapid play style there. So his pace is kind of a lie anyway. 93 is quick as it is, but with that rapid play style, he really doesn't fall short with anyone. He can keep up with anybody. He pulls away on the attack as well. And you need to remember that your left back and right back in this formation are your only wide players. So when you are playing in this formation, it is vital you consciously play the ball to those overlapping wing backs. If you don't, you'll generally just get the ball taken off of you. The key with this formation is to take advantage of that overlap, because you've got 5 dedicated attackers, you've got 2 centre mids, a cam and 2 strikers, and that kind of matches how many people normally have back. So you normally got someone with like a back 4 and then maybe a DM or 2, and then you're kind of matching that with your attack, but then you're overloading them with 2 wing backs, so it comes like 7 on 5, 7 on 6, so you've always got that extra man. But it's vital you play that ball out wide when they make those runs. That is the key to getting in. Playing it to the overlapping wing back, driving it to the byline, cutting it inside to your next attacker in line, and then from there utilising skill moves, passes, whatever it is, however you play to score goals. But it has to come from those wing backs. If you don't, you're not going to truly get the most out of this formation. So when you're playing, really consciously play it to those overlapping wing backs who will be bombing forward down the byline. That is 100% the key to success in this. So bear that in mind. It's a little bit more of a mechanical approach than just sort of free-flowing going for it. But honestly, playing this formation in this way, it's just absolutely insane. Especially with how much people are struggling to defend in this game. Throwing options at them like this, people just literally can't defend it. That's a wrap for the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, guys. Please give this formation a go and really try out the forward runs paired with it as well, because I've been absolutely flying through people in Rivals and Champs this weekend. So just give it a go. Let me know how you get on, and let me know down below what you guys want to see more from me coming soon, because now we're back. FC24 is away, and there's going to be plenty more coming on the channel very soon. As always though, guys, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate your time. If you did enjoy it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and turn your bell on. Take care, guys.